Before draping the abdomen, you should have received both written consent on the wellness chart as well as the verbal consent during your intake consultation. First, ensure that the sheet is securely placed at the guest or member's shoulders. Then, standing at the head of the table, bring the sheet up to the chin and fold it over, leaving a 6 to 10 inch overlap. Taking a towel, hold it above their face and in an accordion-style fashion, lay the towel down to rest upon their neck. Connect the ends of the towel you are holding with the fold of the overlap sheet so they are flush. Then, holding the two together, drag the towel and sheet down the chest so the towel unfolds and covers the guest's chest. Making sure that you drag low and tight, allowing the weight of the towel to be felt on the guest or member's chest. This allows the guest or member the ability to feel covered and secure the entire time, thereby ensuring the guest's modesty. After covering the guest's chest, leave the towel in place and continue to drag the sheet down, exposing the abdomen area, tucking the sheet under the ASIS one side at a time. When re-draping the guest or member, untuck the sheet, dragging it upward to reconnect with the ends of the towel. Remember to keep the drag low and tight. Pull upward towards the neck until the sheet covers the chest once again. Remove the towel and return the outer blanket to the correct position. Remember, you need permission from the client to work this area of the body. When the guest is in supine position, fold the outer blanket towards the center of the body. Then hold the sheet at the top of the shoulders and move the end of the sheet over the arm towards the midline. Next, with the outside hand, pick up the arm. At the same time, tuck the drape in under the top scapula or shoulder blade. Then place the arm on the table on top of the sheet. When re-draping, slightly lift the arm and move it towards the outside of the table. Then pull the tucked edge out and cover the arm with the sheet. Then unfold the outer blanket to cover the arm. Begin in the horse stance next to the table, at the guest or member's knees. Fold the outer blanket over the opposite leg to prevent cross-contamination. Then hold the outside edge of the sheet in line with the knee, with your upper hand just above the knee. Next, gather the sheet in an accordion fashion towards the middle of the table to reveal the leg just above the knee. Be sure to keep the sheet neat, using the end of the sheet at the knee. Tuck the sheet under the leg just above the knee. Move to archer stance. Facing the head of the table, slightly elevating the leg with the arm closest to the table, bending the guest or member's knee. Place your inside hand under the knee and use your body to raise the leg. Then pull the edge of the sheet under the leg and straight up towards the hip, ASIS, with the outside hand, tucking it under the hip to ensure a secure and tight drape. When undraping, lift the leg slightly and pull the sheet back to the middle of the table. Then cover the leg with the sheet and outer blanket, making sure the blanket and sheet are neat and organized around the table. To undrape the guest's back, ensure the guest is in prone position. Fold the outer blanket down just below the hip line. Be sure the blanket never touches the guest or member. Then fold the sheet down to the top of the sacrum to expose the upper and lower back tucking the sheet under the guest or member on both sides of the hip to secure the drape. Do not tuck the drape in on both sides at the same time. When redraping the back, bring the sheet back up to cover the guest or member's shoulders. Then bring the outer blanket back to the top. Undraping of the legs is typically done for deep muscle therapy. Begin at the bottom of the table, hold the outside edges of bottom portion of the sheet, and gather both sides to space between the legs. Undraping of the legs is typically done for deep muscle therapy. Begin at the bottom of the table, hold the outside edges of bottom portion of the sheet, and gather both sides to space between the legs.